I was an average student in school. In fact, my teachers told my parents that your son won't be able to even pass 11th standard. And I did not know what to do with my life. You see, I did not want to do one of those 9 to 5 jobs and that traditional pathway of go to school, go to college, get a job, do MBA, and all that stuff just did not appeal to me. So, what did I do? Just like everybody, I went on the internet and I started searching how to make money online. I came across various kind of opportunities. For example, the first one that I came across was start a blog, right? And I did that myself. In fact, I launched this blog which even used to get 100,000 views every single month. But despite getting so many views, I was barely able to make less than 25,000 rupees every single month. In fact, I also tried using affiliate marketing or putting affiliate links on that particular blog, thinking that I will make a lot of money. But again, I was growing somebody else's brand and I was not able to make a lot of money. I tried other things like starting an influencer marketing page on Instagram as well as Facebook, grew it to a lot of likes as well. But as soon as Facebook's and Instagram's algorithm changed, and whenever I started promoting anything to make money from it, the reach actually started dropping significantly. I was sick and tired. I was about to give up until what I did is all my knowledge, whatever I had learned about digital marketing so far from my experiences, I started uploading on YouTube for absolutely free. Until one day, this guy called as Vijay from the US actually discovered my content and he decided to reach out to me via email. And he said, Rohan, look, you have the experience of growing such pages and websites to thousands of views every single day. I run an e-commerce store. Can you do the same for me? I thought, hey, why is this guy from the US contacting this kid in India who is in his 18, 19 years old and he doesn't even have any kind of certifications, any kind of qualification, doesn't even have an office? Why does he want me to do this kind of work for him? Regardless, I decided to get on a quick Skype call with Vijay. He told me about his problem and he asked me, Rohan, in order to help me grow my pages as well and help me do my social media marketing and help me with my ads, how much are you going to charge me? Without thinking much, I just went to Google and saw the rates. And what I did is I discovered something amazing. A lot of people were charging $1,500 per month for these kind of services. In fact, a lot more as well. Now, I did not have any kind of expectations with Vijay whether he's going to pay me such a hefty amount or not. Because think about this, with all the methods that I had tried, I had not made anywhere close to this kind of amount. But here I had the opportunity to make that from just one single client. I talked to Vijay for an hour and he said, okay, let me think about it. Just send me the invoice. So I went to PayPal, sent him an invoice, and guess what? Within 2 to 3 hours, Vijay had actually paid 50% of this particular payment. I was so excited. I ran to my parents' room and I was like, Mom, Dad, I finally cracked the code to become rich. And my mom, dad just asked me, Rohan, who have you scammed? Just like traditional Indian parents, right? But what I discovered that one day is from one high ticket client, I was able to actually change my life because that one high ticket client allowed me to start my own marketing agency, which allowed me to sign clients left, right, and center. And at the age of 18 and 19, I was able to grow this marketing agency to upwards of 1 crore in sales while traveling the world, while having the freedom to do whatever I want, while having the time flexibility to work according to my own routine, and also having the option to pick and choose the kind of clients that I want to attract. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, Rohan, this sounds pretty good, but what is this marketing agency? Okay, tell me more about it. Define it for me. So think about this, right? As you know, businesses are growing every single day. Okay, so couple of things that are happening. Think of this Venn diagram, right? Businesses are growing every single day. You know, one more thing that is growing, it is social media. For example, you are watching this video, guess where? On social media as well, right? And the other thing that the businesses need are online clients. Okay. So these clients actually hang out where? On social media channels. And if we are able to connect them with these businesses, you are able to actually start a marketing agency. Okay. So when you contact this business owner and basically you tell them that, hey, I can actually use social media where we could use platforms like Facebook, you can use platform like Instagram, you can use platform like YouTube, right? And you tell them that I will be able to actually help you get these clients, and in exchange I'm going to actually charge you money. These business owners would be more than happy to actually pay you a lot of money for the same. So what kind of services can you offer when you are trying to actually start an agency? You can offer paid inbound ad services. You could start a YouTube marketing agency. You can start a TikTok marketing agency, right? Or you could start an Instagram reel focus agency. You can start a podcast marketing agency. Okay. You can start an AI marketing agency where you use various kind of AI technologies in order to help out these businesses. And in exchange, these business owners would be more than happy to actually pay you money. So again, just a quick illustration of the same. If you are here, right, and this is the business owner. Okay, so this is you and this is the business owner. Now think about this. What is the number one need of these business owners? Well, they need more clients, right? And they don't know how to actually get them on their own. And they need an expert who can guide them how to use these channels, right, in order to get these clients. And if you are able to actually do that successfully and even grow that business by 5%, 10%, or even more, guess what? They are actually more than willing to actually pay you high ticket prices, just like how I was able to command from Vijay. Okay. Now, when it comes to starting an agency, a lot of people have various kind of misconceptions, just like how I did. For example, I was talking to this guy who said, Rohan, if I want international clients, I need to get an international office, and that's how the client would actually get impressed. The fact of the matter is, I had none of that stuff, and clients do not care about your office. All they care about is how good you are at being able to deliver this quality work to them. Okay. Another misconception is that people need a lot of certifications, qualifications, and whatnot. Again, I signed this client while I was still in college, so I hadn't even graduated. I did not have any kind of certification to be able to do the same. So therefore, thinking that you need some sort of degree or whatever to be able to start this business is also a misconception. People also say, Rohan, there's a lot of technical stuff involved, and as a result, this business is very, very difficult for me to do. We have had clients who are in their 70s as well, like Maksuda, who is able to actually do these things successfully and live a very happy life by signing clients left, right, and center. Therefore, if people of that age are able to do it, then what is your excuse, right? So these are some misconceptions that people are actually telling themselves again and again that are stopping them from actually growing this business successfully. And the last and the biggest misconception that people have is that Indians do not pay high ticket prices. Look, the fact is, Indians do spend a lot of money on a lot of luxurious things. That is the reason why there is a 190 crore apartment not too far away from our house. And also, if Indians don't pay high ticket, why is it the sales of iPhones increasing significantly? Right? People keep saying that our GDP is not that much, but then how are we getting all this money to buy such an expensive phone? Think about that. So people in India do pay high ticket. It's just that they are not paying to you, which is the next point I want to talk about. Not too long ago, a travel bag company appeared on Shark Tank asking for a valuation of upwards of 100 crores, but it was rejected by all sharks. And do you know the common reason why exactly that brand was rejected? It's because of having low social media presence. Look, in today's time, the number one priority for a business is to, of course, get customers. But think about it. Where do customers actually hang out? They are hanging out on platforms like how you are watching right now on social media. And if these businesses cannot get connected to these customers on time with effective marketing efficiently as well, then these businesses are losing out on a lot of money. So here's the problem statement. right? Imagine this. This is the business owner, okay, and this person needs clients, okay, but these people do not know how to reach these clients, okay, and they need a platform, okay. Now a platform could be anything. It could be YouTube, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram. If you are serving international clients, it could also be TikTok and whatnot, okay. Now if you come into the picture and you are able to use your expertise and knowledge and skills and help this particular business owner to get connected to their clients, guess what? In exchange of these services, you can charge a lot of money, okay. And this is the exact business model that is responsible for making me a crorepati in my early 20s. And in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you exactly, number one, how to define what kind of problem statement are you solving for these business owners. How do you become a specialist so that you are able to become different from the competition while starting a marketing agency? How do you create an irresistible offer for your marketing agency so that you can charge a lot of money to attract these clients? I'll be showing you how to price your services. I'll be showing you how to market yourself, how to hire, how to manage your cash flow, and the secret pathway to scaling upwards of 1 crore. So without any further bullshit, let's get to the content, which is problem. Now, here's the thing. If you go to Google right now, do this experiment, okay? And on Google, just type one keyword, which is digital marketing agencies near me. Or if you don't want to even write digital marketing, just type marketing agency near me. Do you see a conga line of results? Do you see lakhs and millions of people who are competing over there? Now, here's another experiment I want you to do. See the top 3 links, okay? And I want you to click on all those top 3 links. Tell me about what exactly are you able to see. I can 100% guarantee you, because of my 6 years plus experience, if you would go to any of these websites, guess what? They look pretty much the same. And if you would look at the headline of most of these companies, what would you notice? They are all saying, I offer the best quality, I offer the best services, the best marketing agency in the country. So I have one question for you. Let's suppose you are the customer who is searching for these agencies, okay? And everybody is saying that I am the best. Then my question to you is, how exactly will this business owner understand which agency to actually pick for? And this is the reason why a lot of agencies need to undersell themselves. They are attracting clients who keep asking for discounts because all the services that they are offering have now become like a sabji market. It's become a commodity because these business owners are comparing you with all these other agencies because there is not much of a differentiation factor. Look, I'll be very honest with you. People judge a book by its cover. Okay, think about this. Do you ever go to a library and you actually take a book, right? Or maybe a bookstore and you read the whole book and then you decide to actually pay money for it. Do you ever do that? No, right? So everybody judges the book by its cover. Now, if everybody is saying, I am the best, I have the best quality, I am the number one, I will offer you these services, then how exactly is the business owner going to determine, which book to actually buy? If there is so much competition, how do you actually go about differentiating yourself? So the solution is that you have to go about becoming a specialist. Now, if you go and compare, let's suppose if you have something like fever, cold, cough or something, okay, you go to a general doctor. Think about how many people are all sitting in their office willing to get an appointment from them, and how much is that general doctor charging you? 100 rupees, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees maximum per session, right? On the other hand, let's suppose, God forbid, somebody has a major problem with their brain, or maybe they have, something serious going on, and they go to somebody like a brain surgeon. Think about how much money is that brain surgeon going to charge that particular individual. Of course, lakhs, and some brain surgeons even charge crores. And that is the reason why they are making so much money. Okay. So the fact of the matter is, a man who tries to catch multiple rabbits, right, catches none. Okay. And if you try to actually go after every single client and you try to also position yourself like those general agencies, you will also end up attracting general clients who will also treat you like a commodity and not pay you the kind of money that you truly desire. So When it comes to becoming a specialist, what my number one recommendation would be, let's take into account, let's say you have business owners that you want to target. Okay. Now, in this particular case, if you want to become a marketing agency for business owners, right, you would probably face a lot of competition, maybe 1 million to 10 million other agencies or something like that, that you might be able to see on Google or something like that. On the other hand, let's suppose I narrow this down to agency for dentist, for example. Okay. Automatically, guess what? How much my reach becomes, right? And how much my competition becomes. It probably goes under 1 million. Okay. Now, on the other hand, let's suppose I start targeting, right, even much more qualified dentists, because see, I don't want any Tom, Dick, and Harry dentist to come and work with me, right? I want people who can actually afford my valuable advice and services. Because think about this, if I'm able to attract any Tom, Dick, and Harry, would they be able to pay me the kind of price that I want? Probably not. So I could further refine this and I could say agency for dentists in South Delhi, okay, or South Bombay. Now, why exactly am I narrowing down to South Bombay and South Delhi? Because simple, people and dentists that are located in this particular areas are definitely charging a lot more money than the dentists in other areas. And as a result, they are able to actually even pay me a lot more money for doing digital marketing for them. Okay. And another example that I could give to you is you could also take into account the travel bag example I was talking about that appeared on Shark Tank. Instead of being a digital marketing agency for all e-commerce or D2C brands, can I exclusively focus on brands that are more into travel? Right? Maybe they are selling some sort of travel bags. Maybe they are trying to sell some sort of travel services. Maybe they are, catering towards products that will help frequent travelers to make their life a lot easier, and position my agency around those specific brands. This will allow me to stand out from the rest of the competition. Because think about this, if I'm a dentist or if I'm a travel bag company owner, and I'm trying to go to Google and trying to search which agency I should pick for, and I see a lot of these general agencies that I talked about earlier, and then I see your company which says, are you a dentist or are you a travel bag company which is looking for better social media presence or which is looking for more clients using ads? Guess which company will these people pick? Of course, the one that is a specialized organization. Okay, so this is what my recommendation to you would be. The more narrow you can actually become, the better it would be. And I know a lot of you might be thinking, but Rohan, if I narrow down, what about the other clients? I will miss out on such a big opportunity. See, all big companies like Amazon, who started by just selling books, it's companies like Facebook that began just by targeting Harvard students. They all began by specialization and with one niche. Once you tap that entire niche and entire market, then of course you can also expand. Think about big influencers like Alex Hormozy. They also started by just targeting gyms. And once they were able to build this multi-million dollar company and have a huge exit by becoming one of the top marketing companies for gyms, then they were able to actually also tap into other niches by launching acquisition.com. So think about this for yourself. Start with a niche and then keep on expanding as you grow. So the next step, once you have actually become a specialist and you have selected your niche, the next thing you need to do is you need to come up with an irresistible offer. Look, you can't go to people right now and just tell them, I will do Facebook marketing for you, or I will design YouTube thumbnails for you, or suddenly make you popular and suddenly you start getting high ticket clients. It doesn't work like that. You need an offer that solves something which is called as a painful problem. Okay, like a stab in the neck problem. Okay, and if you are able to solve painful problem and then create a solution to solve that particular painful problem, that is when you start demanding premium prices. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's refer to our example of the dentist, and I'll give you some more examples as well in a bit. Now, for this dentist, what you can do, you can just go to this person and tell them, hey, I will grow your social media following, right? Will that actually allow you to get a lot of high ticket clients, and will these dentists pay you so much money? Probably not. On the other hand, if you really talk to these dentists and really understand more about their problems, more about their desires, you will actually realize something very important. You will realize that these dentists want something called as implant patients. Okay. And I know this because I've talked to a lot of them. Now, what are implant patients, right? Implant basically is a surgery or a procedure that these dentists do, for which they actually end up making a lot of money. Now, if you are able to go to these dentists and ask them, okay, what is your biggest need? Then they tell you that, hey, I want implant patients. If you can get me 5 to 10 implant patients, and you are able to actually create a solution, let's suppose by running ads or maybe generating some leads or maybe doing some social media marketing that exclusively focuses on this. And one implantation, let's suppose, pays these dentists lakhs of rupees. Just giving you an example. And if you can help this dentist get at least 5, 10 of those, or 2, 3 of those even every single month, guess what? Then you will be able to justify your offer, and then these dentists will pay you a lot of money. Now let's take into account another example as well. Let's say not dentists, you are, let's suppose, serving plumbers, and these plumbers are located in New Zealand or Australia. Okay. Now a big problem that these plumbers abroad face is that they need something called as hot water cylinder repair clients. Okay. Now, this is a big need as well. I don't know, back in the days at least it was. I'm not sure if it still is. But these plumbers need these type of clients. Why? Because again, this type of service costs a lot of money. So if they sign more of these, guess what? They can pay you a lot more money as well. So if you can also design your solution or your offer around solving such a painful problem, then guess what? You will also be able to, charge a lot of money. And the final example that I would like to give to you is that travel bag company that I was talking on Shark Tank. Now look, if you're going to go to that company and tell them, look, I will help you, you right now have 5,000 Instagram followers, I will help you get 15,000 Instagram followers, or I will help you get 30,000 followers. The company would tell you, great, but that is what everybody is saying. What would that really do for me? Okay. So on the other hand, if you reposition and really understand their challenge, okay, where you could probably be like, look, I am running this company, okay, where my current conversion rate on my website is 1%. Okay, this means if I get 100 viewers, I'm able to get 1 sale. Okay, which is all right. On the other hand, my question is, what if this conversion rate could become 2%? So overnight, just by making one simple change, you are able to actually 2x the business of that organization. Now, how do you go about 2xing this? Well, you can work on the UI UX. You can help them create better creatives for their ads. You can help them position better on social media so that all the links are going back to these pages and they are able to actually get an uplift in their conversion rate. And when you position yourself in this particular manner and you are solving a stab in the neck or a painful problem, that is when you are able to actually charge a lot of money and start a successful agency. All agencies that you see on Instagram telling you, sir, I will help you get 5,000 extra followers, and half of them are bots. Those are the agencies that struggle a lot. Do not be one of them, right? And this is how you can actually do this successfully. My recommendation to you is, once you have understood the painful problem of your client, just always picture this. Imagine as if your client is on island number 1. They want to go to island number 2. Okay, this is the situation where they're suffering from all these problems, all these issues that we talked about. Okay, they want to go to island number 2 where their problems will be solved. They will have that higher conversion rate. They will get more implant patients. They would get more hot water cylinder clients, and they would have more money and the kind of life that they truly desire. They want to go here, right? So if you want to create your offer, what you need to do is you need to start thinking of, if I was this person and I have to go from island 1 to island 2, what is the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5 solution that I will build that will allow me to actually bridge this gap and go here successfully. And the best thing and the best recommendation that I can give to you is use the 80-20 rule. All the things which will not give your client the outcome. A lot of people are obsessed. Rohan, I should keep adding more features. You know what? I'm doing Instagram reels. I should also start doing TikTok reels. I should start doing YouTube shorts as well. I'm focusing on YouTube platform. I should start offering paid ads as well. I'm offering social media marketing. So I should also start offering web design. I should also start offering Internet of Things. So people complicate these things so much and then they turn this into a faluda and nobody really appreciates it because see, people do not care about the features. All they care about is how can you solve my painful problem and what is the simplest step-by-step solution you can tell me. So therefore, once you have created these steps, all I want you to do is think about this. What are those 20% of those actions from this list that will produce 80% of the outcome for my clients? Everything else, can I just remove them? And that will allow you to create a minimum viable offer. Okay, which is the simplest version of your offer that you can go right now and offer to your clients rather than some complicated stuff that you or your clients do not even need. Now, just to give you an example, back in the days when I was starting out, my offer was pretty simple. I will run ads, I will create a funnel, and basically you will get leads. That's all. And then I will train you a little bit on sales. That's it. Okay. So I used to run ad campaigns for my clients. Step number one was I would retrieve. So here's step number one. I would retrieve assets from them, their social media accounts and whatnot. Step number two, I would set up their ad campaign. Step number three, I would write their copy and creative. Step number four, I would launch the ad. Step number five, I will just optimize it. 5-step repeatable process that I could actually do over and over again. And this is what allowed me and my clients to get transformations left, right, and center. Okay. So this is the approach I want you to try. Stop talking about features. Stop talking about those technical things. Stop talking about jargons. Stop adding more and more stuff to your offer just to make it more complicated. Keep it simple, solve a painful problem, and have an irresistible offer that your clients cannot refuse. Now, so far we understand the problem of a client, we have become a specialist, we are differentiating ourselves from the competition, and we have an irresistible offer that people just cannot refuse. Okay. One additional tip that I can give to you is if you can add some sort of guarantee to your offer. For example, I will help you get these many leads or you don't pay, or I will help you get these many sales and you don't pay. Or I will work an additional 6 months for free for you, or I will refund you all your money plus also $1,000 Amazon gift card. If you can offer such kind of guarantees as well to your offer, it would really improve the conversion rate. And do not worry about the refunds. Even if you are able to get a lift off of 5 additional sales or 10 additional sales, and even 2 people ask for refunds, you have at least gotten 8 additional sales now, which is also a huge increase for your business. Okay. That being said, now think about pricing. Okay. If you are a complete beginner and if you have absolutely no experience, the price you should start with is probably 0. Okay. Why? See, agency and these service businesses, essentially what you're doing is you're trading expertise, right? And for money, right? So if you do not have expertise and the product that you're starting out with, which in this case is you, has no knowledge or skills, you should first not worry about pricing. You should worry about getting experience, which is the next point I'll talk about. On the other hand, if you are somebody who is experienced, okay, and you are in the B2B segment where you are targeting other business owners, my recommendation would be to go above 1 lakh rupees at least, right? That is like what my recommendation is. And if you are into B2C, right, maybe you are, targeting a crowd which doesn't have that much money, maybe you're targeting consumers, maybe small business owners, then at least the minimum price point I recommend is 30,000 rupees. Okay. On the other hand, it is highly recommended you go for the above option, because if you target business owners, they are much more serious and they are much more inclined towards paying you a lot more money, right? And again, if you go international, you can even charge $10,000. You can even, over there, at least it starts with $3,000 and all the way to even $70,000 that I last found out somebody was charging, right? I have a client who even charges $100,000 for a simple website. It all depends. I could throw in the random price. All you need to do is just get started and not worry about this. Just worry about the bare minimum benchmarks, and then this will allow you to at least kickstart your journey. Now, how do you go about marketing yourself and getting your initial clients? Again, if you are a beginner, okay, I want you to follow a strategy that one of my clients, Yash, followed. Okay. What he did is he had no experience and he started contacting clients on various platforms like Facebook, right, on Instagram. So he would go to different kind of groups, and there are a lot of groups related to marketing on Facebook. Okay. And he would go to Instagram and then he would find basically influencers and then start following the followers of those influencers, right? And he would reach out to these people. He also did a little bit of cold email, and he also did some LinkedIn. Now, if you want to know more about how to do all these strategies properly and you want the exact template to this, there's actually a lot of videos on my channel, specifically this one that you can actually go watch right now, which will reveal the exact template that you can use in order to get your first client or the next one. That being said, this guy used these platforms to approach these business owners. Now, this guy did not have any kind of credibility from the past. So all he did is he told these business owners, hey, how about we get on a free one-on-one call? Okay, it'll be a free 1 hour call. And I will give you strategy to grow your business for absolutely free. And all you need to do in exchange is just give me one testimonial. Okay, just record one video from your phone, no obligations. All you have to do is just share that if you find that strategy valuable. So he would get on a call. It's not a big commitment. It's a 1 hour consultation call that you're doing, giving free valuable, free advice regarding how that business can actually improve their marketing. That person got wins, and those people started actually sharing testimonials with Yash left, right, and center. And then Yash started posting these testimonials on his Facebook profile, on his Instagram profile, on his LinkedIn, and started attaching them with his cold emails. And through the effect of compounding, after having 10 plus testimonials, he was then finally able to approach clients and tell them, hey, are you interested in doing this and wanting to grow your business? Check out these 10 testimonials I have who found so much value. If you're interested, let's work. And as a result, Yash was able to grow his agency. And I think there's a podcast on YouTube as well that you can see for where he's saying that he grew his agency to upwards of 30 lakh rupees per month, and he's still in his early 20s, right? So this is the best strategy that I would recommend for beginners. Now, if you already run an agency and it's established and you're looking to grow your business and accelerate it to the next level, then the best method I recommend is inbound marketing. Okay. Now, over here, the strategy is simple. You run ads. After the ads, I want you to redirect people to something called as a landing page. Okay. And then after the landing page, people are able to see some sort of video which explains more about you, your services, the advice that you offer and everything. Then there is an option for people to book a call with you. And then after the call, people can actually buy whatever advice and services that you're selling. And people who do not buy, there's a good follow-up sequence that you can do via YouTube, via email, and basically build a circle of influence which allows these people to keep coming back again and again to you, kind of like how I'm doing right now with this particular video, right? And I have been doing this strategy since approximately 2019 and probably earlier than that as well. And after trying every single marketing tactic on planet Earth, I can tell you by far this is one of the best strategies to land high ticket clients left, right, and center, because it allows you to build that trust and credibility with clients even before they get on a call. And it is more of a pull based approach rather than a push based approach where you are contacting clients again and again. Hello, please buy from me, please buy from me. This is where clients are coming to you and saying, hey, how can you help me? And that frame on its own changes the game for a lot of business owners. So you can go try that out. And of course, there's a video on my channel that explains more about this particular funnel that you can go check out as well. So now that you're getting clients left, right, and center, and you have your marketing figured out, the next thing comes down to hiring. Now, for a lot of people, at least if you are making less than 1-2 lakhs a month, honestly, you do not need to hire somebody unless you're really lagging in your skills. And in some cases where you do have to drop your services, where you have to give it to somebody else to fulfill. Now, if you are not doing that and you are the only business owner and you are at least making 1 to 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs a month, you do not need much or any kind of talent. Okay, a lot of people have this misconception, Rohan, I should actually get a formal office, I should build a huge team, I need to actually have all these things set for me in order to look like an established agency. Look, people do not care about that stuff. People only care about your value and the transformation. Just remember that. On the other hand, if you have already crossed 1, 2, 3 lakh rupees per month and you are like, Rohan, I'm doing so much, I just do not have time. Well, the first thing is just raise your prices, then you will have less clients and you will solve that problem, which is the best thing which I told you earlier. And how you do that is how I explained, right? On the other hand, if you've already done all those things and you are already charging premium and now you have bottlenecked and you're like, Rohan, I'm not able to scale. Now you worry about hiring. So my recommendation is do an activity called as 100 units of time. Okay, this is what I make every business owner that I talk to do whenever they are considering hiring. What is this exercise? Well, all you have to do is as soon as you wake up, set an alarm on your phone for 1 hour intervals. So for example, if you wake up at 8 a.m., set an alarm from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. And then what I want you to do is I want you to start writing. 8 a.m., wake up. Okay, let's suppose 9 a.m., you reply to emails. 10 a.m., maybe you are doing meetings. Be more specific. What kind of meeting? Fulfillment meeting, for example, right? Or maybe you are doing 11 a.m. some onboarding call. Okay, so you basically track your activities from Monday to Saturday, right? Or when however long you work, right? And then I want you to start mapping these things out. And then I want you to find and identify which are the areas which are taking most of your time. Okay, so usually for these people at this stage, your biggest bottleneck would be fulfillment and sales. Probably for some people, marketing as well. But if you develop the funnel that I told you about, it shouldn't be an issue. Now, these would be your bottlenecks. Now, the question that you need to start asking, and another thing that actually a lot of people do is operations. Right, this would include replying to email, doing some admin work, filling some spreadsheets, doing all those things which do not really contribute to a lot of revenue in your organization. So my recommendation is, first, after you've done these activities, think about this: which activities are high value and which are low value. This means if I do this particular activity, would this give me the maximum return on my time? Or would it actually give me low return that I could easily delegate to somebody else? And you need to know how much are you worth per hour. For example, if you are worth, like if you get on a sales call and you can close a deal for 1 lakh rupees, this means your hourly price would be 1 lakh per hour. Then in that case, why would you spend that time doing things like replying to emails or things which can easily be delegated to somebody else? So that is where I would recommend you start hiring. Start looking to delegate activities which are taking a lot of your time and are low value dollars per hour activity. And then keep all the high value dollar per hour activities for yourself. For example, doing sales calls or maybe replying to a very serious or biggest client of yours, or helping them out, or helping them get some sort of transformation, right? This is where I would keep your attention and time, and this is where I would look to delegate. Okay, because replacing these tasks is the easiest. You can find easily people for that. And even before you hire somebody, my suggestion to you is, can you even remove this task, right? So the first hire for most people would be an operations person who could take care of these low value tasks. Second hire should be a fulfillment person who can help you with fulfillment. And then the third hire should be around sales and marketing, which should be the last hire, because honestly, at this stage for your business, these are the most valuable activities that should be the last on your plate to delegate. Okay, so think about it in this particular order and you should be a lot more happy and successful. So now we have covered hiring. The next thing is cash flow management. Right now, a big mistake that a lot of business owners make, and this happens all the time. Like I was talking to this agency owner, I think yesterday, and I asked him, "Hey, how's business going?" "Oh, I'm making 10 lakh rupees per month." "Awesome, man. And what's your profit?" "What is profit?" He said. right? So a lot of business owners and a lot of these agencies operate at great revenue levels, and they make you think as if they are living the life, but honestly they do not manage their cash flow very well. So my recommendation is start tracking your cash flow. Okay, so a basic simple hack that I can give you, and this is what I did for I think first 2 to 3 years of my business myself without even asking my accountant to do it. I used to basically download the statements from my bank account almost on a weekly basis, and I would look at two things. Number one, input, which is plus, where did the money come from, and then outflow, sorry, which is where did the money go. Okay, and then I would consciously look to make sure that at the end, cash wise, I'm saving at least 40 to 50% of whatever I'm earning, because this business is not like a SaaS based company or a software company that you're running, that you're looking to scale and get a lot of funding. The purpose of building and running this business is so that you can make profits and you can be rich. And if you do not save money, guess what? You're just wasting time. So the biggest two expenses for an agency owner would be number one, labor costs. Now, for this, I would recommend keeping a KPI of 30%. Okay. If you are making, let's say, 100 rupees from your agency, your labor cost should not be above 30 bucks. This includes everybody in your company, right? Overall, sales people, fulfillment people, operations people, everything you can think of. They should not exceed 30%. The second thing is marketing costs, which should be 25% at max. Okay, at max. So if you do 30% plus 25% plus you leave a little bit percentage here and there for software, some office expense and whatnot, you should aim for healthy margins of 40 to 50%. And if you're not doing that, there is something fundamentally broken with your agency, and that is why you should book a call with us to learn more how you can actually fix the same. All right. That being said, let's get to the final point, which is, Rohan, how do I actually make my first 1 CR or 10 CR with this particular agency? What's the raw math behind this, right? Let's actually get to that. So now let's talk about how can you actually make crores with this particular agency and what is the math behind it. So I know you do not like math, but stick with me here. Okay. So price. Let's suppose we are charging 1 lakh rupees for our services. Okay. Now my question is, how many clients do we need to make 1 crore? Well, let's suppose our goal is to make 8 lakh a month, and we need 8 clients to be able to do this, who pay us regularly on a monthly basis, so that we are able to achieve our target. Now, if that is our goal of getting 8 clients, right, how many calls do we need to do? Okay, assuming that we are able to close 20% of the calls that we talk to, okay, or even if you are lucky, let's suppose even 10%, if you're not so lucky, then let's suppose 10%. This means we need 40 to 80 calls with potential clients. And if we are able to actually close them, right, we are in a much, much better position. This means how many applications / leads we need, right? Let's suppose we have 10% of the leads that actually opt in are qualified to actually talk to us and book a call with us, right? So 80 ka 10%, let's suppose we need approximately 400 to 800 leads. Now, if you are able to generate 400 to 800 leads, you are able to actually get on 40 to 80 calls, and you close each client at 1 lakh rupees, approximately 8 clients, you are able to actually build a crore, at least 1 crore a year agency, just by following this step-by-step formula. And this is exactly what I did when I was in my early 20s, and still do, to actually reach upwards of 2,000 plus clients. Now, if you want to make this easier for yourself, you can just raise the price to 2 lakhs. Then you only need 4 clients. You just need, the revenue will be the same. You need to do less efforts, just 20 to 40 calls. You only need 200 to 400 leads, and still you can achieve this goal of yours, right? So those are the steps that you can actually follow if you want to launch your own marketing agency this very year or the years to come, and you want to make crores of rupees in India. My name is Rohan Dhawan. If you like videos like such, make sure to like this video and share it with your friends who are interested in launching their own agency or growing the one that they already have. Subscribe to this channel and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.